Today, we are going back in time. We are going all the way back to 1984. What happened in 1984? In 1984, I started high school. That's not the point of the story, but the story does include a high school student and Steve Jobs. This is a great example of simple communication. Watch this. Today, we are in Tai O, a small fishing village in Hong Kong, popular with tourists who want to get away from the big and busy city. Now, let's go back to 1984. In 1984, Apple released the first Macintosh computer. At the time, most people had never used a computer. When Apple designed the Macintosh, Steve Jobs wanted to build a personal computer that was so easy to use that it could ship without a user manual. But the Macintosh was very different. It came with a new graphical user interface that no one had seen before. And it came with this thing called a mouse. So the Macintosh team realized, yeah, we do need to create a manual for the new users. The Macintosh team agreed that the user manual should be simple enough for a 12th grader to read it, understand it, and learn how to use the computer. So what did Steve Jobs do? He asked one of his senior vice presidents, Jay Elliott, to go to a local high school and find a 12th grader who could write the manual. Jay Elliott visited several high schools in the area and held contests to find a good writer. And yes, Apple did find a student who could help them write that Macintosh manual. Then Apple took the student to a secret facility where he could sit with the Macintosh, play with it, figure it out, and write that manual. Yes, I do hope they got permission from their parents.
You're about to see a few people learn to use the newest, most advanced business computer in the world. If you know how to point, you already know how to use it. Macintosh, the computer for the rest of us.
The Macintosh was the first personal computer simple enough for the average person to use. And it came with this magical manual written for anyone with a high school level education. I love this manual. It is really written for the average person. You will find sentences like, "You are about to learn a new way to use a computer." Most computers look like the departing flight schedule at a busy airport, but the Macintosh screen looks like a light gray desktop. The icons on your desktop always let you know what's available. Yes, I love this manual. And while it was written nearly 40 years ago, many companies I know could still learn from Apple's approach. I found this story in the latest book from Carmine Gallo, The Business Blueprint. Here's a great quote from Carmine Gallo. "Great communicators don't start with what they know, they start with what the audience knows." Steve Jobs always looked for the right people to help keep everything simple, from content to design. It was an obsession. I think we can all learn from the Macintosh story. If you want more customers to love you and your product, use language that is clear and easy to understand. How do you talk to your customers? Do you have the right people in place to keep things simple? Maybe it's time to go and visit the local high school. That's it. It's time to say goodbye to Tai O. My name is Tomas, and yes, I will be back with another video. Until then, make things better and make better things. Boom!